information that's going to make us better in life and also better financially. Welcome to the call. My name is Dale Boudreaux. Appreciate everyone being here tonight. It's going to be a fantastic call. The energy level and what's going on in this company right now is just absolutely fantastic. How many of y'all have y'all tickets and ready for Los Angeles at the end of this month? I'm getting fired up about that.
Let's go. Let's
Yeah.
go. Let's go.
Hey, look, man, I can't wait. I'm flying in from Louisiana to go to Los Angeles, man. I'm fired up. There's no get out about it. I got people meet me in Los Angeles, and I'm looking forward to that event. It's going to be fantastic. I'm checking on our speaker here. Let's see. Great evening, everyone. My name is Dale Boudreaux. I have the honor and the privilege of introducing our speaker tonight. This man, as I said before, I've been in multiple businesses with him over the last 13 to 15 years. He has quadrupled my net worth. Everything he touches, man, is gold. But the one thing I love about this man is not only is he a friend, but he's a coach and he's a mentor, and he knows the differences between the three. And our relationship has grown and morphed into all three of these over the years. And I really respect him for that because when it comes to leadership, he's second to none. But more importantly, he knows how to bootstrap businesses from the ground up. And he chose this business to bootstrap. So whatever y'all do, put your paper and pencil on, but put your strap in because you're gonna go for a ride tonight on the Millionaire Mentorship call. I mean, I'm gonna love this. I'm waiting for it. The gentleman tonight is Mr. Samuel Bean, sir. Are you there?
I'm here, Dale. I appreciate you. Let me see here. Make sure we got everything rolling. Make sure we recording.
Recording in progress.
All right. Let's see here. All right, guys. Let's see here. Welcome to the billionaire edition of the Millionaire Mindset Call. We're about to make some money, man. Like Dale said, guys, we got a lot of great things going on in the company. And for those of you who don't know, again, me personally, like Dale said, businessman from Houston, Texas, and was retired, came out of retirement to do this business. And when I say for good reason, you guys are in the company, mostly for the same reason, because you saw the income opportunity. And so when you look at this Millionaire Mentorship call, this happens every Monday night by myself or JC Rangel, VP of Sales, Mr. Winston Navarro, CEO of the company, Arthur Pacheco's, and so and then also Kevin Moreno. So make sure that you are here, guys. You're going to be here getting information, nuggets of wisdom from people who made millions of dollars, and that's how you bridge the gap. Remember, access is everything. Okay, and I don't care how smart you are, guys. You can be an academic genius and an economic moron. Okay, just being honest with you. Your IQ when it comes to academics doesn't equate to dollar signs, right? And I can just tell you right now, when you look at the access to the people who have your answers, not your problems, that people who have the millions of dollars, who created systems around it, and those individuals who are willing to give you that information, just because you don't pay for it, don't put yourself in a position where you're seen as disrespecting it. You're taking it for granted, okay? And because as easy it is for people to give that information, to a person who needs it, it's just as easy to keep it from them. Okay, and so make sure you guys put this on your calendar. This is one of those things when I was coming up in the ranks. My senior partner, the one who I made the most money under, okay, he had a Millionaire Mentorship call, and he had it well over a decade before I started my own, and ran for the last 10 years on my own. So I've been either listening to this or teaching this for the last 20 years. And the information I'm giving you, just like Mr. Rangel and all the other principals that serve you guys on this platform, we're giving you guys information that we paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for over time. Okay. So again, um, be here, not for us, okay, but be here for your family, be here for your goals, be here for your dreams, be here for your future. And like the late great Jim Rome says, be here as a part of the journey, as a part of the process, as a part of the things that it takes for you to become a millionaire, right? You know, because that journey is more valuable than the money itself. The person who you become in that process is more valuable than the money itself. Okay. And so starting with Dale, like Dale said, hey, he's going to the event. Guys, if you're going to the event, put some ones in the chat. Let's see if you got some ones. If you already got your tickets, you already got your rooms, you already got your flights, put some dollar signs in the chats, right? And because I want to see who I'm gonna be seeing. You know, I want to see who's going to come up to me and at the event say, look, I remember you did that contract, and you know, I did the contract with my wife, I did the contract with my husband, I did the contract with my kids, and you know what, this is what happened, and I appreciate you for it. Or you know what, everything that you guys have been teaching us, it's been working. We appreciate you. I'm looking forward to taking pictures with you guys. Looking forward to giving advice to you guys, firsthand advice. We'll have some breakout sessions and stuff like that. It's going to be amazing. But I can just say the things that we have that are lined up, for you guys at that event, it's going to be special. It's going to be a very small spectacle, guys. That's going to create a very huge miracle for a lot of you. Just being in that room, hearing the new announcements, hearing the trainings, and get a chance to be infected by all of the possibilities, all of the probabilities, all of the recognition that's going to go on, and you'll get a chance to see a lot of people who are third-party people who are coming to do business with us. And I'm not talking about from a prospect perspective. I'm talking about from a corporate and business perspective, people who want to be added to our high-ticket sales platform. Because guys, we're not a solar company, right? This is a high-ticket sales company. Solar just happens to be our flagship service, right? And as you guys know, water is coming, and boy, I'm telling you, when I saw the vision of the water, I felt like my inner Bobby Boucher was coming out. You know what I mean? That high quality H2O. Yeah, we're about to go out there and take to the world the best quality of water that America can provide. And I know people who are making $80,000, $90,000 a month, $100,000 a month, that are selling water, right? It's great water, but it won't be our water. And the compensation plan they have around it is one that's so um, it's not lucrative. Let me just say that. It's paid some people overtime, but it doesn't hold a candle to what we're going to be paying out, for people to have to be selling water over on this side of the world. So there's going to be a lot of great things, that you guys get a chance to witness and be a part of. But you'll never get a chance to say, you know what, I was at the very first, a second chance to say I was at the very first launch event. As a shareholder, which is what you should see yourself as, guys, from a business perspective, this is your company. Why would you not be at the launch of your company? Okay? Not Winston Navarro's company. He opened it for you. Not J.C. Rangel's company. He brought this vision to the table for you. Not the Pacheco's company. They invested in this company so you can have a company of your own. Why would you not be, right, at your launch event? Why would you not be, at a place where you have a vested interest, a vested stake, right, in that company, your company? And I'm gonna leave it at that. But for those of you who haven't got your hotel rooms, make sure you go ahead and jump online when it comes to your back office. The membership, guys, the membership rewards is just amazing. Even though I haven't spent $99, guys, on any of the monthly renewals based on how many people I've recruited, let's just say I've been in business since February. Let's just say 6 months, plus the $200 that I paid to get started. That would be $800, right? Well, when you look at how much money I saved in Vegas, which is $28 a night, let's just say $140, $150 in Vegas, $380 coming here in California, that's a little bit over $600, guys. I've almost saved as much money as I was supposed to have paid out in this business. The benefits pay for themselves. The savings pay for themselves, right? So the cool part about it is I don't have $99 a month, so I'm saving there as well. That $100 goes a long way. That's why if those of you who don't have your four, yeah, and every time you see your credit card get hit, you feel some kind of way, right? If you don't want to see that $99, remember the $99 that you're paying per month, you're paying it because you're not doing the work to get rid of it. Okay, I'll bring four people in business just sort of go away. Right. And so again, that's just good business. That's good math. All right. So the other thing is this, guys, it's just when you look at the process and the product, a lot of people who go through a process in most companies, especially with companies that have multiple products, they come in, they get fixated and focused on one product, and next thing you know, uh, they don't know where to go when they can't sell it, or when they run up against some obstacles, some hurdles, or something happen. They put all the eggs in one basket, and next thing you know, boom, they have nowhere to go but away from there. And so for me, I'm looking at everything that we have right now. Even though I'm not a big I'm not a big security guy. If somebody needs security, you better believe I'm going to offer it to them, right? And for me, I love the fact when I'm talking to people who I'm having conversations with people who understand money, right? And so, even the people who don't understand money, I educate them on our Smart Money Club. But the people who understand money and they understand savings, they understand what we offer for $50 a month extra, guys. Um, you'll see some people smart people who will get started in business, won't do anything with solar, but they'll get started with in business because they get our credit for $50 a month. They get everything that we offer for $50 a month, and they can come in and use 100% of our resources for $200 down, $100 a month. They can write 100% of it off, and they can turn around and use all the information that you take for granted to make millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, not even millions. Let's just say if they is investing $200 down, $100 a month, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars with the same information that you have, in your company, you're actually in the company, you're actually building. That's not a good look, but that's what wealthy people do. Think about this for a second. How many of you guys, during COVID, okay, get ready. How many of you guys during COVID noticed that, there were a lot of people who were selling classes, $19.99, $29.99, masterclass this, $49.99, $99.99, right? How many of you guys recognize that? See, think about this for a second. Everybody was at home. Everybody was glued to social media. Everybody was signing up for every class. See, for me, I already understood what the game was. I would spend $19.95 for some internet marketing, and I know for a fact that they were going to try to pitch me on a $300 program, and then they were going to try to pitch me on a $5,000 program later. Okay, I spent $29.99 on some all kind guys. I probably spent about $300 or $400 on 19.99 stuff, 29.99 stuff, 39.99 stuff. Right? I did that because the stuff that they gave me for 19.99 was worth way more than what the 19.99 was representing. The stuff that they gave me for 29.99 was worth way more. Like I said, I don't need the back end stuff, the promises, the big promises, the big claims and stuff that they had. No, give me the name. I know for a fact that I can learn something just from the $19.99 stuff that you guys have, right? And so I soaked all of that material in. But when you have people again who know what we have our hands on, guys, have you looked at the smart money outside of presentation? Have you really looked at the Smart Money Club and considered what we actually have and considered the value of it, right? I understand that you don't have the value of it, especially if you're not on a $99 program, you don't have the value for it. You don't know what you have your hands on, right? But there are people out there, again, I'll say this and then we'll move on. There are people out there who will get started in the company, will never ever sell any solar at all. And because it's not their intention to sell solar. They're getting in with the intention, two intentions. One, get a tax deduction. Two, use everything we have in our Smart Money Club and our savings, our travel, and everything else that we have, shopping, and it's because it's worth it. And they'll get out and make out like a fat rat and take the same resources that you have, and they'll go make money with it. And while you'll have people who have access to it, right? Whether you're paying the $99 a month or not, won't use it because you don't have a value for it, and then will quit. But you'll have people who will come into the company, use the information, and they'll still be here a lot longer than you. Guys, open your eyes. It's time for us to become geniuses. And when I say the definition of genius, is to be able to, do two things at one time, be able to walk and chew bubblegum at one time, be able to recruit and get installations, or recruit and get bills at one time. Okay. Do solar and do water at the same time, right? Or whatever it is, we can't be fixated, on one thing. Guys, you have a plan B and a plan C in the same company. You have multiple five-figure monthly opportunities, 5, 6-figure monthly opportunities, and under one umbrella, right? It's okay to love solar, okay? But understand that it's not wrong for you to fall in love with something else that you have to offer people. Because remember, everybody out there don't want solar, don't believe that they can sell solar, right? Or they don't understand solar, right? Or had a bad experience with solar. But if they knew you had water, right? That changed the game. That gives them something else they can believe in. And they're out in front of the market. Keep in mind that we're at the cusp of something amazing with solar, but nobody out there is doing water either. Okay? And so millionaires and billionaires, they pay attention to what they have their hands on, the resources they have available to them, and then they go find somebody who's made millions and billions of dollars off of that same resource. And they go sit at their feet and they go learn and they go take that information and they go out there and build legacies with it. Guys, you understand, JC, again, just y'all tell his story, but you really don't appreciate it. Because I'm gonna tell you, I hounded JC for information, three ways, lifelines, any opportunity I can use to record him, because I'm taking this information, sitting at this man's solar feet, and I'm soaking it up, I'm recording it, I'm regurgitating it, and I'm using it, I'm understanding it, I'm processing it, and I'm going, because that's what people who understand money do. That's what people who have great intentions on making millions of dollars do. And to the point to where, guys, I've learned so much in a very, very short period of time. Most people think I've been in solar for a little while, and that's not the fact. The fact is, I can't sit in a company where I know people like Ignacio, or people like Carlos, or people like David, or people like Idris, or people like Hans, or people like Jabari, or people like Erica are going to make millions of dollars, and I'm just going to sit here and watch because I've never been in solar. No, not the kid. Okay. This is we're in a situation, guys, where we control our own destinies. The company is going to make billions of dollars, guys, at some point in time, with or without you. It will not be without me. Right? Don't miss your window. Don't miss your opportunity because you don't have value for your company. Okay. And so just keep in mind, take the shareholder's position. See yourself as a shareholder, see yourself as ownership, and ask yourself, what do my employees see when they see me doing my business every day? Right? Am I a great owner, or am I just somebody who bought a business and just gonna let it run into the ground? Think about it. If you actually bought a solar brokerage for $200,000, what would you do different? Okay. Type in the chat real quick. If you actually bought, and I want this is a transparency moment. This is an honesty moment. If you spent $200,000, open up your own solar brokerage, right? Freedom Forever was your provider, right? Watt Hub was another partner of yours, right? What would your day look like versus how it looks now? Okay, if you invested 200,000, see some answers. Let's see some honesty here. Let's see what we got. What we work with. Who? Okay. Yeah, you would be working 10 hours a day, right? Matter of fact, one of the guys I've been following for years, what's his name? Alex Amosi. He's like, if between the ages of 18 and 26 years old, if you're a man, you got a lot of energy, not a lot of money. There's no reason you should be working 10 to 12 hours a day, on building your business. So you can work your way out of a job and take the rest of your life off, right? And so you would be, like you said, 12 hours a day, 10 hours a day, stressed, first one in, last one out, right? You would be marketing and advertising, right? What you would be, yeah. Because remember, this is all the stuff that you would be doing, right? That you're not doing. And I'm glad you guys are saying it, because now you get a chance to see what you need to fix. Because the only difference is you out of $200, not 200,000. Right? You pay $100 a month, not $15,000, $20,000 a month. That's the thing. Because if the roles were reversed, your lack of wisdom, your lack of knowledge, your lack of processes, your lack of understanding of solar wouldn't matter. If you came out your pocket with $200,000, you would be a professional by now, right? You would be doing continuing education. You would be hiring pros, experts. You would be doing consultation. You would have this thing running like like a well-oiled machine. And that's the difference between millionaires and thousandaires. So it's not the platform for a millionaire that matters. As a matter of fact, the less overhead that a millionaire has to actually invest out of pocket, the better. If I can make millions of dollars without actually having to invest 200,000 out the gate, I'm not gonna, right? Why would I? If I can do overhead $100 a month instead of $20,000 a month, why would I? Right? And so if I can own a sales force that stretches all around the United States of America, 50 states, okay, soon to be outside of the US, and I don't have to pay them. Got a company's gonna pay them for me? Why would I choose to pay them? Why would I choose to have a headache? See, the person who put stressed in the chat when I said what would be different, if you actually had $200,000 company investment versus the $200 company, I'm not stressed. I'm not going to be stressed. These people who own these other companies outside of Build Network and Encore Solar, they're stressed because they have four walls. They have a brick and mortar. I'm with click and order, and it's about making money and making moves on somebody else's dime and on your own. Guys, you're in the right place at the right time, just with the wrong mindset. You right now, you either have the calendar of a champ or you have the calendar of a chump. Okay, and you already know. I can if a person's telling me, "Hey, look, this ain't working for me." No, let me look at your calendar. Okay, one, I can look at mine and say, "Well, I ain't seen any three ways of lifelines over here, so I know you ain't talking to anybody. You ain't getting nobody in front of the presentation." So that part I do know, and I see all these blank spots on your calendar here, all these zeros, all this open space here, right? No appointments on it. So it's not that it's not working for you; it's that you're not working for it, and it's not working for you. I mean, basically you're not working for it because remember, your actions are congruent to the size of your belief. If you have small to no belief, you have small to no activity. Okay. If you have huge belief and you just, man, this thing is going to be huge, this thing's going to be big, right? Your calendar will be packed out. Your 8-point checklist will be through the roof. It'll be off the chains, right? And so think about that for a second. So look at your calendar and ask yourself, do I really believe? Right? I want to see everybody here. Let me go back to this. There you go. Look at your calendar and ask yourself, do I really believe in the business? One, if the answer is yeah, you know what? You got people making $100,000 a month already. You got people making $25,000 a month already. You got people over here at build a 1,000 already, build a 2,000 already, build a 4,000 already. I ain't the company. Do I believe in the product or the service? Well, these people put 160,000 installs in business, I mean, in play over the last 13 years. Okay, they've been around since 2011. They have less than 1%, complaint rate, right? They're in 34, soon to be 44 country states that are in the U.S. So, yeah, I believe in old freedom forever. They gonna get their money. They're gonna get it in. They're gonna keep on getting it in. They've been getting it in without me, man. But I look at my stat sheets. Not looking so good. You know what I'm saying? And so I need to get me right. Right. And so that's the thing, guys. It's time because right now, here in the US, guys, this is the country of the conditioned. Right. A lot of you guys are conditioned by people who weren't even around when you were born. Like the Vanderbilts and the Rockefellers, when they couldn't sell what they were selling back in the day, like when the monopoly of oil and gas and broke up when it came to Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts went from ships to trains and everything start tripping. So they like, you know what, let's go ahead and go to medicine and universities. Let's get away from naturopathic healing and go to medicines. Let's make some money on medicine and condition people into thinking that the doctor and medication is the only way out. Okay. Let's trick people into thinking that you have to go to the universities because that's where, you're guaranteed a job, right? You're guaranteed to be just over broke because you'll never really get out of there alive financially because you're going to pay me for the rest of your life because I got something called financing. I don't want you to pay it cash, right? But I'm going to promise you this, even though I'm lying, you come get a 4-year degree with me, you'll be able to work in whatever field you go to school for. That's not the truth. You already know it, but that's what they sell you. But you're being conditioned, right? The problem is you're not being conditioned by rich people. You're being conditioned by poor folk. You're being conditioned by people who are average, people who are middle class, right? People who are making $100,000 a year, people who are making $200,000 a year are programming you, right? Think about it for a second. I mean, I had a guy, and we were doing a presentation. This was in 2005. We were in Houston at an event, and at the end of the event, we had somebody walk up to the blackboard with a guest, and her guest, and she was a college student. She was probably like 21 years old. The guy was an attorney, and when he came up to the whiteboard, and I'm drawing this out, I had a couple other people to my left. And so she was standing, and I was showing them how to get their money back, and I was showing them how to get the $20,000 a month, right? And so he said, "Well, that's cute," said, "but I already make $250,000 a month, so I'm good." I said, "Okay. How long you been making $250,000 a month?" He said, "About the last 6 or 7 years." So okay. So next year you're gonna be making $250,000 a month, right? He said, "Yeah." I said, "So my other question is why it take you 12 months to make $250,000 a month?" Right. And at that point in time, he had this look on his face, like, he didn't know what to say because he was but first of all, you're not gonna get me in front of my people, right? I'm not gonna let you come up here and belittle what we do in front of my people. I told him, I said, "You know what? 3 years ago, I made $75,000. Okay. 2 years ago, they went to $175,000, right? Then it went to $275,000. Then it went to $425,000, right? Right now, I'm already at $425,000 with 4 more months left, in this year." I said, "Next year, it'll be more. Okay. Next year, you'll make $250,000. So for the people who really understand money, it's about leverage. It's about you actually taking your network and expanding your net worth based on you serving people. Right now, you got a client base and you have basically a salary with your firm, and you pretty much know how much money you're gonna make next year and the year after that and the year after that. We know that our income is going to grow every year because we're compounding on residuals. We're compounding on points of distribution. Basically, people who are going and opening up different countries and different cities and different states. And so I'm talking business to him. He talking network marketing to me because of ignorance. And how many of you know that ignorance is not bliss when it comes to your money, right? And so what you don't know can hurt you. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to let anybody outside of me talk me out of my opportunity. And I'm not going to let anybody inside of me talk me out of my opportunity. When I'm like, retired, dude, you've been retired for 3 years, bro. You sure you want to do? Yeah, I want to do this. Gotta do this. Do you see this? Do you see this? I'm talking about, man, this is they about to make a killing. I just gotta figure out, what company to be with. I gotta figure out if this is the right company. Okay. You saw a presentation. I saw 6 companies, right? You had one person get you in front of a presentation. I had people put me in front of owners. And I disqualified all of the owners. I disqualified other companies based on what we have. Y'all don't know that if you ever wanted to be number one, if you ever wanted to be in the right place at the right time, if you ever want to be the best at anything, you're in the best company in this industry. These other companies, they are solar companies. They don't have anything else besides solar. They one-trick ponies. Let me share something else with you. You already have companies that are out there. I'm not even going to put their name out there, but you have companies out there that already copied our compensation plan, changed up their compensation plan, and changed up their business model based on how we do it. Right? But if you got companies, you're in the company. but the company is not in you, right? They're outside of the company, but they're so impressed with what we have our hands on. They're more impressed with what we have our hands on than you are impressed with what you have your hands on and you're in the company. They have more value for our company than you, and you actually own it. They do. Ask yourself this. And somebody asks you how much money you want to make. Well, I want to get to $100,000 in 12 months, but ask yourself, are you doing $100,000 a month work right now? No, you're not. And everybody's guilty of it. Everybody's falling short of it. There's not a person on here that's exempt. Even myself, I haven't done $250,000 a month work, you know what I'm saying, every day. Some days I've fallen short, right? Some days I've self-sabotaged, right? But I understand that the next day is a new day. It's time for me to get back and make up for what I did. Like, yeah, this weekend, went to Beaumont with my family. My in-laws, all they do is feed people, right? And I went to the gym 5 days last week, man. They blew it. This morning I tried to hurt myself trying to get that stuff off me, right? So it's kind of like that 200. Dude, you did enough activity yesterday. You did $50,000 a year activity yesterday, not $250,000 a year activity a day, not $250,000 a month. You did $50,000 a year activity yesterday, bro. You tripping. So I have conversations with myself. If you're not gonna go out there and do $250,000 a month activity, bro, don't be telling these people that. I don't have a problem having a come to Jesus conversation with myself. That's because if nobody else is there to get me in line, I'm there to get myself. It's nobody else's job. Guys, why do a person have to tell you to go make millions when you say that's what you really want? And you already know it's not about being perfect because oh, I'm a perfectionist. No, you're not. You're an imperfectionist. You use trying to be a perfectionist as a stall tactic to buy you time so you won't look bad in front of people who you told you finna make $100,000 a month in 12 to 18 months. Right? Can you just go get 4 people? So you don't have to pay your $99 a month. Let's start there. Can you get 3 installs by getting at least 12 to 15 installs ready? You know what I'm saying? In 1 month. Can you get 3 installs in a month? Can we do the simple stuff? Can we get the build to 500? Forget executive for 250. Can you get the build to 500? Right? That's it. Start stacking little wins. Start stacking little successes. Start creating a resume of people who you help get to these little bitty positions, right? And then teach everybody, that you bring on the same thing, and teach everybody beneath them the same thing, and be there for everybody. So guys, you evolve to something special. The more and more you help people, the more and more you do, the higher your financial thermostat increases, and the closer you get to that goal. Remember, I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, the reason you tell people, that you're going to be at $100,000 a month, because they know for a fact they can't hold you accountable for it this month. The activity that you do this month, you had 100. I told you I was going to get there in 12 to 18 months, right? Okay, so what's your goal for this month? Like every time I talk to Angel, I'm on my way to build a 2,000. But before she got to build a 1,000, I'm on my way to build a 1,000. Before she got to build 1,000, oh yeah, every Wednesday on the accountability call, she's telling everybody, JC, everybody, I'm on my way. I'm almost to build a 500. Again, life and death comes from the tip of the tongue, right? So does poverty and wealth. Okay, speak not, have not, right? So remember, it's kind of like disrespect, right? No respect is still disrespect. Just because you don't say something negative don't mean it's going to be positive. Sometimes you got to be proactive and tell yourself and speak life into your life. Think about it for a second. So I'm gonna move on, but I just right now we just need to make sure that we're not just in the company. We got to make sure that we're in business. Period. Yeah, we need people to step up. Literally, we looking for leaders. We're looking for mentors, right? We're looking for trainers, looking for presenters, right? But we can't trust you. We're not going to have you represent the company. Myself and Mr. Navarro was talking about that today. He's like, well, we're going to have to put some people on the Millionaire Mentorship call. I said, no, 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 not in front of my people. No, we just going to throw somebody up there because no, I'll look, anytime you're on a flight, put me up here. Okay. Anytime JC ain't available, put me up here. Anytime Kevin or Pacheco ain't, put me up here, man. This I'll do because people's lives are at stake. It's not, you can't have 1,000 there do a Millionaire Mentorship call. That makes sense to y'all? Just like you can't have an employee build $100,000 a month business. Right? Get your mind right. Get off when you leave your job, clock out all the way out so you can go into so you can clock into your own business. Right? So let's just make sure we conscious, guys, going forward. But here's some other things that these are some neck up, check up for the neck up type situations here. So this is where you can self-evaluate. This is where you can self-reflect. This is where you can self-adjust and fix what's going on wrong in your business, what you can do better, what you can do more of. But here are 5 vital signs of a healthy solar brokerage. 5 vital signs of a healthy solar brokerage. Okay. 1, how many completed installs do you have going through your brokerage? Not just you. How many installs, like per month, do you have going through your solar brokerage, your whole entire brokerage, like you and your network? So between you and everybody in your group, how many are you doing per month? So if you're doing 3 a month through your group, okay, that's a start. So this is the thing. What do you got to do 3 a week? Right? Just do the same amount of work that it took to do that 3 in a month, do it in a week between you and your group. Okay, so once you get it 3 a week, what do you got to do to get it 3 a day? Right? The same thing, same amount of work that you and your group did, muscle power, manpower in your group for that week, do it in a day, right? And that's how you do that. That's how people who are used to making, $10,000 a month get to $100,000 a month. They just cram all that work instead of waiting for a year to do all the work. They do it all in a month. Employees don't do that. Business owners do. Okay, so that's 1. Second, how many people do you have showing the build opportunity? How many people you have showing the plan? How many people you have doing the actual presentation, educating people on solar, educating people on Freedom Forever, educating people on ADT Brinks, educating people on the Smart Money Club, educating people on the membership program, educating people on what we have our hands on? How many people do you have in your group showing the plan? Right? The more people you have in your group, the healthier your business is. The less people you have showing business in your group, showing the business opportunity in your group, the less healthier it is. Some of you are not doing the presentation at all. So, which means that you're in your uplines business. You don't have a business yet. When you start doing your own presentations, then you have a business. Right? Let's say you sponsor somebody, you didn't do the presentation. You sponsor somebody, you developed those, and those people got better. Guys, you didn't develop those individuals. Somebody else did. The system did. So they're not a part of your resume. They're part of your leader's resume. Right? And I don't want you to go and go mess nothing up and go, hey, look, I got you. I'm your upline leader. But no, learn how to be an upline. Right? Learn how to be a senior partner. Learn how to do the presentations. Learn how to train. Learn how to do this stuff. Don't just go and tell somebody's business up, but be proactive and put yourself in a position where you can actually effectively take somebody from where they're at to where they want to be. But you got to be the prototype first. You got to go through that process first. Everything JC laid out on these videos and everything he's taught you guys how to do that. Be the prototypical business model for your business, and then everybody who you work with, have them follow that process. The next one. How many builders and consultants do you have enrolling in your group? Okay. On a monthly basis, how many builders and consultants? Notice I didn't say affiliates. How many builders and consultants, people who have skin in the game, do you have in your group? You can't count free positions. There's no volume and no overrides on free. If they turn something in, that's great. Okay. That's extra. That's lanyard, as they say in Louisiana. I know they're proud of me for that one, boy. I tell you, I don't even know where I got that one from. But think about this for a second. How many people, builders and consultants, do you have coming into your group? Last month, how big did your group grow? Okay. Oh, it grew by 2 people. Congratulations. Okay. Congratulations, a great start because you started. You're in motion. Okay. So have a goal now instead of having it grow from 2 people a month to 2 people a week. I'm gonna show you how you do that. Right. You actually have 2 people a week, right? That's what 8 people. All you gotta do is help those 2 people go get their 4, and they don't have to pay no more. And then your group just went and grew by 8 exponentially, right? Then you turn around and do that same thing, and now you go from 2 a week to working on 2 a day. It's easy, but don't focus on the 2 a day. Just focus on the go get the 4 and helping people get their 4 and they pay no more. Guys, one day at some point in time, you'll have like at one point in time at my peak, I had 35 people a day coming into my organization. Literally. 35, my 1.2 million, 1.4 million a month in volume and sales, but 35, sometimes 40 people are coming to my organization per day. And I first got started, we had maybe 35 people coming in the first 30 days. Matter of fact, actually, it was 35 people my first 30 days, about 35, 45 people my first 30 days in that company. But at its peak, 35 a day, 40 a day. But remember, that comes from duplication. It comes from learning the process, going through the process, being plugged into the system, right? Doing the things that was taught. Okay. And all the stuff that you're learning right now, this stuff transitions into other parts of your life. Unlike your occupation in most cases don't transition to business. But the stuff that we teach you, you can use in your occupation and in different companies. So it's not like we asking you to have this millionaire mindset just for build. Remember, we're not using you to build a business. We're using this building to build who is open to be built. Some of them, I used to say the motherboard, when they have a virus, a Trojan virus, whatever, and you get that motherboard just crash. Some of y'all just need to have your motherboard crash, right? And then upload some antivirus, software in your up here, right? Get a new start, fresh, and just a fresh start. And antivirus, upload that entrepreneur software, and boom, you're off to your new life. Right? I remember my boy Rod Smith, who played for the Broncos. When we were in the company together, I remember he was telling the owner, "Man, I wish I could just take a USB cord and run it from your head to mine, so I can just download and just do a dump of all that information you got in your head." And some of you guys have coaches and mentors and sponsors and leaders who have a wealth of knowledge, but you don't call them. You don't reach out to them. You're leaning on your own understanding, your own level of expertise, and that's dangerous. Okay. So again, if you want more, okay, if you want to get more of what you desire, guys, you got to become more of who you're not. Remember, get away from saying I've done my best, because I can tell you right now, your best isn't good enough. You got to make your best better. If your best was good enough, you'd already be at exec 250 or trending that way, right? And so I have to make my best better. I have to recreate myself. I have to go through my process. I have to fight my demons. I have to stop self-sabotaging. I'm no different. If anything, I'm just here to give you hope. Okay. So the next thing is how many mentors you have presenting in your brokerage on behalf of the company. Oh, yeah, that's a goal. JC don't want to be doing y'all's deals. Hans don't want to do y'all deals. It's not that they don't like you, they just understand leverage. Jabbar don't want to do y'all's deals. You know, so they just Chris McHenry, he been giving deals away. Right? I gotta get the mentor so I can at least know what it feels like to be a mentor. And I'm not gonna stay there because I don't want to do y'all deals. But I gotta at least say I've been there. I got there. I mentored a couple of deals, closed a couple of deals. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Iggy, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking the truth. It's all about working yourself, out of a job. Think about it, ladies. I'm not gonna talk to you guys because y'all don't know what this is. But when you mop a kitchen, you don't mop yourself into the counter, right? You don't trap yourself into that job. You gotta wait for the floor to dry. You start at the counter. You mop yourself out of the room, right? So again, mop yourself out of a job, mop yourself out just into retirement. Go out there and put people in position where they can get the job done for you. The next one, the last one. So have goals of having mentors. And if you're smart, have goals of having mentors in every state that we do business in. Imagine having a mentor in every state. Here it is, 4 years from now, 3, 4 years from now, you got a mentor in every state that we do business in. All right. Amazing. 5. How many people do you have at the big events? How many people do you have at the big events? Okay. And then grow that number. I'm gonna tell you right now, for those of you who want to you want to one day get to what was it? Exact 250, right? You want $250,000 a month, that's 10,000 people, guys. What you want to do is you want to have at least 20 legs of business, 20 personals that you personally sponsor at an event sometime at some point. Okay. And within each one of those 20, right, you want to have at least anywhere from 100 to 150 people in each one of those people, and each one of those legs going to those events. Well, I'll say 100 because 100, like I said, 20 legs, right, with at least 100 people in each one of those legs. And that's overtime, right? That's not one of those things. You're not going to do that in California, right? But if you start sponsoring, you start promoting the next event, and not even talking about this year, the one after that, the leadership event. I'm talking about let's say the first one in January. Let's say you get 22 people at the next event, and each one of them got at least 10 people in it. Well, great. The next event after that, you have at least, you won't have no less than 20 there, for sure. But you might have 50 to 75 people in each leg. Then 20 plus, and you got 150 to 200 people in each leg. Next thing you know, 20 plus, you got enough to go out there and knock out, build a 250,000 by the end of the year or by the end of next year. But if you have your foundation, those 20 legs, remember, you only need 10 legs, 5 on the left, 5 on the right, but you got to have more than what you need to make the other ones behave. You got to have more than what you need to teach the other ones how to treat you. Because some of y'all actually are being held hostage by some of the people in your group. Some of the people in y'all's group know how many people you have in your group. Therefore, they treat you any kind of way they want to. They know they're the biggest leg of your business. Oh, yeah, I'm doing the most installs in her leg. Or I got the most recruits in his leg. And I'm a builder 1,000, and he ain't even a builder 500. Right? And so they hold you hostage. And you think, well, I got somebody who's going to take me to the promised land. They're going to get me the director. I'm going to get 10 deals out of their group. And they're going to do all the work. And no, you go do all the work. Because what happens if they leave you? Right? What happens if they leave you? You're going to be stuck like Chuck. And don't think people don't leave, right? People leave for 2 reasons. They stop making money, or the ego, is too big. And they feel like they could do it better than the person who did it here. So don't think that you heard it here first. You'll have exec 250s leave. Okay? Just for the record, you will. I remember the first time I heard that in the company, the last big company I was in, one we made our heyday in and killed it. And you know what? We're gonna have people who hit Crown Ambassador and they're gonna leave. I'm like, you lost your mind. You know how much money that is? That's 3, 4 million a year. Guess what? We had 4 of them leave. We had 4 of them leave. maybe 5 or 6. So people gonna do what they're gonna do. But if that was in your group and you was getting your overrides, what happens to you then? Because they're gonna take the group that they built with them. Okay. They go open up their own little solar company, whatever. They're gonna take all their people with them, and you're gonna be left with nothing. You're gonna be left to start all over again. Okay. Get people to the events and continue to get more people. The events are the underdog's equalizer. The events will train your people in ways that you can't. It'll impact people in ways that you can't. Just kind of giving you a heads up on that. Don't take these events for granted, and don't say I can't afford to go. If you can't afford to go, you need to be the first one there. Okay, you need something positive happening in your life and in your business. You need to be on the front row, first one there, when the doors open up. Okay, so next thing here. Oh, 3 phases of change. So now, like I said, we'll go here. Yeah, 3 phases of change because we're getting closer to the end of the hour. But when we talked about, the conditioning, right? 3 phases of change. Awareness is the first phase. This is when you're aware that something is actually wrong. Okay. I'm not recruiting people, or I'm not getting bills, right? Or, whatever it is that's wrong in your business. You know what I'm saying? You're aware of it. Okay. Now, 2, acceptance. And what acceptance means, this is nobody's problem but yours. Leadership is you taking full responsibility for everything that's going wrong in your business. Everything. Even if it ain't your fault. Okay? Because if you don't take responsibility for it and you don't get out the way, then you can't fix it, and it's going to stay that way. Even if you blaming somebody, even if it's somebody else's fault, just accept it. It's my business. It's my fault. It's my responsibility. I'm moving forward. Okay? Once you accept it, recondition. And that's when the work starts. All right. That's when the work starts. Because remember, it took you some time to get there. It's kind of like weight. Let me ask you a question. When you were at a point to where you stopped getting taller, but you kept getting bigger, right? It took you a while to get to the size of where you're at right now. I'm not calling nobody here. I'm just saying that the majority of people on this call, because we are in the United States of America, feel like they can lose a little bit of weight. Okay. But some of y'all, you want to go get these shots now. The shot is the hottest thing out there because you can get that weight off by shoot yourself with a needle. Just that's what it's come to. You want that microwave. Patricia, I ain't lying. I'm not lying. I see you over there shaking your head, but I'm just saying, I'm not lying. But that's what they do. They take his shots, the pills, potion, and lotion, and going to the gym, all that stuff. That's the thing of the past. I can take a shot. Oh yeah. Everybody want it overnight. Everybody want it right now, right? Don't nobody want to recondition. Just want to put a Band-Aid on it. That shot is a Band-Aid. Okay, that's not going to fix it. Because what happens is it's just like with the gastro surgery. Okay, a process. People have that. That's not that same person is in there. You know what I'm saying? You don't even have you're not even the skin, what I'm saying, is hanging, and you still see a full body, well-rounded individual. You don't even see that the weight is not there at the gastro. You don't see the loose skin. You still see the big person because you didn't go through the process. When you at the gym, you're eating better, you change your lifestyle, and that weight's coming off, and it's coming off every week, inches coming off. When you stop seeing the weight come off, the inches start coming off. Then a month later, some more weight come off. A couple months later, you see some more inches come off, and you wake up one morning, you know what? I love myself. I've been through this process. You're looking at a fit person, you're looking at a healthy person, you're proud of your work, and you ain't taking no shortcuts. It's going to be a lot harder for you to revert backwards and go back to that person. Okay? When you go through the process, you don't revert back. When you think about your ex-president, Donald Trump, people talk about, yeah, he went bankrupt 3 times. So he made more money every time he came back. And I'm not talking about him being a president. I reserve my anything that my beliefs. What I'm just talking about the lessons that I learned from people. Period. I don't care what you think about a person, and he don't either. He went bankrupt. It's in the court system. Everybody knew. Came back, made more money. Came back a millionaire. Went bankrupt again. Came back a multi-millionaire. Why? Because he conditioned himself to make money. He conditioned himself to attract money. He conditioned himself to go out there and find deals, to go out there and get it in, mix it up, meet people, do whatever he needed to do. That's what he conditioned himself to do. Okay. And there's a lot of people out there like that. You know what I thought back when I was growing up, and when I say growing up, I was a young adult, and I thought it was only a couple millionaires in the world because I didn't know none. And then when I heard that there were thousands of millionaires, man, ain't that much money out here in America. Stop playing. Ain't that many millionaires. There's a lot of people lying. These people ain't lying. This money is out here. People making millions of dollars with doing different things, right? You can get rich and wealthy and without using solar, without using bill. But this is probably the easiest way to do it, right? For somebody who doesn't have a plan, you don't have a seven-figure situation in your lap right now. You should be reconditioning your thought process. You should be reconditioning your work ethic. You should be reconditioning, how you behave around people. You should be reconditioning the way you speak, the way you think. Guys, I'm just telling you right now, your whole entire everything needs to change right now. If you're talking about going from $10,000 a month to $100,000 a month, $10,000 a month as an employee to $100,000 a month as a business owner, the language you're using, guys, is not working. The work ethic that you're using right now is not working. Right? The commitment level that you have right now is not working. Okay. And so, in order for you to make it work, guys, you got to change it. You got to go out here and say, what you need to take a self inventory, do a little bit of self checkup from neck up, and say, what do I need to change in order for me to go from a $100,000 per year person to a $100,000 per month person? Okay. That's what you have to do. And it's not because I need you to do it or your sponsor needs you to do it, your family needs you to do it. If you're not going to do it for yourself and for your family, it's not going to get done. Right? There's nothing I can say to motivate you if when you look in your bank account, you're not motivated. If that doesn't motivate you enough, nah. I remember before we created some wealth, I remember one time my wife told me, no, that's not a great idea. I said, says who? We share bank accounts. I know what your bank account got in it. So I'm not listening to you. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Him over there, he making millions. We're gonna do what him doing. You, nah. I'm not listening to you or me. Neither one of us are qualified to give either one of us advice. So we're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So I just want you guys to know this. This here that we have our hands on is special. Don't blow it. This company that we have our hands on is a blessing. Okay. I'm just telling you, there's a book out there I read. There's a chapter. It's out. Y'all heard me talk about it first about Matthews, right? The book of Matthews. It's in that book, and it talked about the gifts that were given, the talents that were given to you. If you're in this company, you were given a talent. Don't bury it. I'm gonna just tell you, don't bury it. Go out there and bring it back 10 times. Right? Go out there because he who giveth will take it away and give it to somebody else. For the people like Idris out there who basically getting deals on a regular basis, he getting deals because somebody buried their seed. They were in a company, didn't do what they were supposed to do, and he did. And so he's getting those gifts now, right? It's a lot of other people out there. Dave Ramos. Dave Ramos is getting people's deals because guess what? They burying their seed. They burying their talents. Carlos is getting your talents because you didn't know what to do with it. You know what he said in the book? He said, "You fool, give me that talent, and you're gonna be stricken with a life of poverty for the rest of your life because you didn't respect the blessing that I gave you." That's all I'm gonna say. Don't disrespect your talents. Put them to use. go to work, go to the bank, and go away for the rest of your life. Go away. Go find out. Go buy an island. Go find out because you can buy one next to the one I'm gonna buy. We can call up. Matter of fact, you get your boat, I get my boat, right? And we can sell from island to island and laugh at everybody who squandered their talents. Okay. But appreciate you guys hanging on here. It is 9 o'clock. It's at the top of the hour. I look forward to seeing every last one of y'all at the event. Even though I won't see every last one of y'all at the event, I should see every one of y'all at the event. But looking forward to seeing those, shaking hands, answering questions, being a blessing to whoever I can be a blessing to at that event. Hopefully, this is a blessing to y'all. And y'all go back and get some nuggets out of this training. But go if you're on Facebook, guys, get on Facebook and tag your team in there. Make sure your team is on Facebook so you can go back and watch this stuff because this is one of those things, guys, that will help you, grow from 2 people a month to 2 people a week, and then from 2 people a week to 2 people a day. You need systems like this to help you grow your groups because you're not qualified to do it on your own right now. Okay, so see you guys at the top, see you guys at the beach, and see you guys in California